On today's video, we talk about Charlemagne. That's right, I got my hands on the commander you get when you win the Lost Kingdom. Turns out there is a bug, and this is how I got him. I'll explain that in the video as well. We're gonna go over all his skills very briefly, talk about the anticipation of him, whether or not he is worth all the effort and all that good stuff. Everything and anything in this video right now. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to the Gekko. I want to preface this video by saying this is a first look. We're not going to talk about commander builds, we're not going to talk about pairings and stuff like that. We're just going to do a brief overview, first glance at Charlemagne. And I have him, that's right, I have him. I have 150 sculptures of him in Kingdom 2. This is my Gekko Cam account, and turns out there is a bug. Way to go, Lilith. It wasn't only UCS who got it, but everybody who applied and got into UCS after the event ended, in the 2 days you have to leave the Lost Kingdom, were able to get these rewards. All the rewards that were given out as part of the Crusader achievements on the Alliance tab that did not require individual honor points, which meant you don't really need to participate, were indeed given out. So if we scroll down a little bit more, you'll see that right now I have 0 out of everything, right? Because I'm not in an alliance. But as soon as I joined UCS, I ended up getting an astonishing 150 sculptures. And honestly, I have no clue if I join back UCS now and that's on 0, will it reset and I can get my rewards again? I have no idea if it went as far as that for the bug, but we have our hands on Charlemagne. Let's summon him up and hope that this account doesn't get banned. So bam, we summoned Charlemagne, also known as Charles the Great, united the majority of Western and Central Europe in what became known as the Carolingian Empire, for the first major empire in the Western Europe since the fall of the Western Roman Empire. There's a bunch of text here explaining his history. I really recommend you guys to read through it. We're not going to do it on this video just because, you know, we're just not going to spend 6-7 minutes reading this thing, bore you guys out of your minds. So we summoned Charlemagne. Let's go look at his skills right now. He is a leadership conquering skill commander. Very, very important thing to remember. Let's go skill by skill and figure out how he works in the grand scheme of things. First skill, an active skill, deal direct damage factor to a single target up to 1400 direct damage. That's not bad. That's pretty standard for legendary commanders. While on the map with a passive skill, all troops under your command have a 10% chance to gain a shield when they are attacked. This shield lasts for 4 seconds and can take a large amount of damage. While on the map, meaning not garrisoning or not being inside a flag, but that does mean that you can potentially get a rally to get this shield, right? Very, very important thing to notice. Up to 1000 direct damage factor for 4 seconds. His third skill is a passive skill. When this commander initiates a rally attack, increase the attack and defense of all rallied troops by up to 10%. By just leading a rally, automatically you gain 10% extra army attack and army defense. He's going to be a pretty strong rally commander, especially with his leadership tree. Now, the fourth and final skill before the expertise is a passive skill. For each 10% of Charlemagne's troop count decrease, the skill damage increases by 1%, 2% when attacking cities. When his troop count is less than 70%, skill damage is increased to a maximum of 3%, 6% when attacking the cities. So there's a small preview to explain better how this works. His skill damage increase for every 10% goes up from 1 to 5%. Skill damage when attacking cities for every 10% will go up from 2 to 7%. Skill damage increase at its max will go in between 3% and 15%. And skill damage at its max when attacking cities will go between 6% and 21%. So every 10% you lose, it's going to go up by a little bit, up to a certain percentage. So very cool stuff. I see 2 upgrades, 2 double ups. So essentially you go from 1 to 2 to then to 3 at its max. And it's pretty much triples up the final value. So that's kind of cool. This is pretty interesting as well. For each, as a passive skill for each 10%. So Does this count for rallies as well? How will this affect now a balance of a rally? If he's leading a rally, is it worth it for you to calculate it, leave less than 70% of available troops within the current march? Because at that point, this skill will get procced and you get the best bang for your buck. Add to that the percentage you get in here and a little bit more percentage you get in here. And the skill damage plus attack has become very significant. Now, the real question is whether the percentage you're seeing there is in terms of what's currently available fighting, or is it like in rallies where we have a 2-hour rally where, I don't know, 50 million troops participated, and now everything you'll ever see in a rally is 2 million troops max, 2.6. So 2.6 is definitely less than 70% of 50 million, right? So that thing will stay forever. So I really need to know with Lilith Gaming, and you guys are watching this, so I hope you guys answer my question here. I'll send you a message about it regardless. Is this for active troops, or does this also count all the slightly wounded and severely wounded troops as part of the count? Because if it does, super broken. This in a rally, you lead a rally, you get all this, and then the rally gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and the total amount grows, and therefore you stay under that percentage and always get the max damage. So that's a really important one to understand. And finally, when you expertise, my man, when you expertise Mr. Charlemagne, you get a passive skill when attacking a city. 10% fewer of your troops will die, instead will be severely wounded. Whoa. So this guy, his main purpose by everything we're seeing here is to hit cities. We're going to be seeing this guy leading rallies with a leadership tree or something of the sort, leadership skill tree, to a point where with this skill tree, he'll be able to do insane amounts of damage with the little bit of damage he does already. Well, with a significant amount of damage he does already. And then on top of that, with his leadership, he'll be able to reach a point where he can be insanely unstoppable as a rally leader to a city. So yeah, we have plenty of his sculptures, 150 of them to be exact, and also 50 extra legendary commander sculptures from just going into UCS for 15 seconds, clicking on all the alliance rewards and getting out. This is how much you can earn by entering an alliance who won Lost Kingdom for 15 seconds to only pick up the alliance rewards, which were available for someone who never played with them in Lost Kingdom at all. This is literally the camera account that's been there twice for an hour. So you can see right here we have 150 Charlemagnes plus another 50 of these. We're not going to do anything with this. At the end of the day, this is probably going to go away as soon as Lilith realized the mistake they made with this bug. But hey, this is why Lost Kingdom 1 are way ahead of all of us, and that's the kind of bugs that they're trying to catch and eliminate out of the game before they happen. And of course, guys, before I forget, huge shout out to UCS. Thank you for letting me in once again to just grab the rewards and get the heck out. 15 seconds, I was in and out. And another big shout out to Homicide, who, even though we didn't know this was gonna happen, lined up already a day before asking if I needed screenshots, what did I need to make the video. Awesome work by you. Thank you, my man, for all the information. This guy sent me a boatload of information and tons of screenshots, and then we found out I could get my hands on the commander just like that, so ended up doing it this way. But Homicide, thank you very much. I really appreciate you, and all of you guys from UCS for all your continuous support as well. So to wrap things up, we looked through everything. He has a leadership. I didn't really go into here in too much detail, but he's a leadership skill conquering tree, which again, this conquering, as much as people don't really use it because it excels at attacking other governor cities, this might be the commander that might actually emphasize, as we have some ancient ruins coming up, might actually emphasize on conquering. You could actually figure out a way, potentially, I'm not saying that this is something that people will do, but if you say this is a dedicated city rallier, then there could be conversation within conquering to potentially find something useful. I mean, again, increase the damage dealt to watchtowers and stuff like that isn't really something to write home about when you have things like rage regeneration and something like increased maximum amounts of troops. So quite honestly, I still don't see how people will go towards the conquering route. I still think we're going to see a mix of a full skill leadership type of commander or a full leadership with skill commander more than anything else. And everything in the skill tree works in the favor of this commander, right? To the point where when this commander is launching a rally is really what you want him to be. You want this guy, based on first quick glance, don't go immediately thinking this is what you will have to use him for. But as a very small quick glance, all I'm seeing here is rallying cities, starting a rally in general, rallying in general, but mainly cities. Like, the difference here is an astonishing 7%, 2% more when attacking cities. Plus, on top of that, you have your damage factor, which is fantastic, attacking cities or not attacking cities. And on top of that, you have the shield, which protects you while you're on the map, which can also be as part of a rally. So, is he a new rally leader? I think he will be. I think we're going to be seeing him used primarily when people are trying to zero other people. We're going to be seeing him as a utility commander that might even lead other types of rallies. He might be a really, really good sieging rally leader, considering the fact that you get more skill damage plus more rally attack and defense, plus the fact that he's a leadership commander, so you get extra places in the rally. But what you don't have, which is pretty typical for these commanders, is the ability for troop increase as part of a skill. So that's a good one to remember, right? He's a leadership commander, but unlike every other one, he doesn't have that troop capacity increase as part of a skill. But on the other hand, he emphasizes very much on damage, and damage. So what do you guys think about Charlemagne? What do you guys think about this like quick, fast video of just showing you guys how he looks like, what he does, showing you guys the quick bug that I'm sure Lilith have already heard by now, not from me, from the hundreds of people who got Charlemagne. And of course, it'll most likely be patched. But still, if you guys like the content, make sure you slap a like on the video. And of course, subscribe to the channel. I'm the Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much for watching the video. I'll see you sooner rather than later. We got another video coming up. Maybe even today, because the packs for that event that's happening, the Midsummer event, yeah, they came out earlier than I thought. So we might have to redo another follow-up video to that event, but that might wait till the end of the week, sometime on Thursday. I don't know yet. Anyway, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about Charlemagne and everything else we talked about. I'm the Gekko. I'm out of here. Thank you all for your continuous support. I really appreciate every single one of you. We hit 17,000 subscribers on the channel, so thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Take care. Peace.